What's up, guys? It's your boy Attitudes from the Man Cave, coming at you from the Man Cave. This here is part 2 of the video that I promised you guys earlier today, right before I headed up for the epic record deal that I had with my boy at Noble Records. And just as I promised, it was epic. I took him a huge stack of heat, and just like I promised in the video, I came home with a smaller stack of heat, but my goodness, this stuff brought the ruckus, just like what I was expecting it to. As I go through this really quickly, not going to keep you guys too long, but as I go through it really quickly, I want you to know that I'm kind of starting, from the bottom of the spectrum or whatever, and build my way up to the absolute most killer pieces in the trade that I made today. And so I'm getting there. So one thing that I want to emphasize is when I first started out collecting records, for me it was almost more important to have more records than it was of anything. 5 copies of Sgt. Pepper, 7 copies of the White Album, whatever. That just seemed like it was just, oh my God, so cool and so important. And meanwhile, all I'm really listening to is, if I have a Japanese pressing of that album, that's what I'm listening to. If I have a MoFi of that album, that's what I'm listening to. I'm always listening to my best sounding copy of whatever album it is I have. It's like an original pressing, okay, that's cool to have. And okay, this assorted colored vinyl, okay, that's neat to have. But I've now reached a point in my collection, in my process, where that's no longer the most important thing to me. The most important thing to me now is the number of albums I have. The number of great, really quality albums I have in my collection that I listen to, that I value. That's what's most important. So, especially with the last couple of swaps I've had with Dylan, with my boy at Noble Records, I've traded a lot of duplicates. I'm not saying I haven't thrown in a couple that I didn't have duplicates of, but most of them are just duplicates. I mean, duplicates of straight fire, but duplicates nonetheless. And it's really started thinning out some of them. Instead of having 6 Sgt. Peppers, now I have 3 or whatever. Just a couple of weeks ago, I owned 4 copies of Band on the Run. I own 1 now. And I mean, it's just not, to me, it's just very important that I own a really awesome sounding copy of all of these albums, the best sounding copy I can get. Originals are cool as long as they sound awesome, but for me, I no longer, the 5-6 copies, I don't need to have it. With that being said, I traded a lot of duplicates, and I'm going to start off small. Usually I never buy 45s, ever. I got more 45s today than any other day besides when my parents gave me their record collection several years back. But Dylan had several really cool, like, I love Sam Cooke. I do. I think Sam Cooke's one of the great artists and the great voices in the history of music, period. So, Send Me Some Lovin', 45. Baby, Baby, Baby on the opposite side. Having a Party, 45. Sam Cooke. Bring It On Home to Me on the other side, which not only my favorite Sam Cooke song, but one of my favorite songs, period. That's just a great song. That's a phenomenal, phenomenal song. Ike and Tina Turner, Proud Mary, 45, again, great song. More Sam Cooke, Forever on one side. I'll Come Running Back to You on the other. One More Time on one side, and Twisting the Night Away, Sam Cooke on another. That's It, I Quit, I'm Moving On. And What Do You Say, Sam Cooke, another 45. That's All I Need to Know, I Don't Want to Cry, Sam Cooke, again, another 45. Man, it's almost, and he had these pre-laid out when I got there. I bought enough records from Dylan over the years. He knows what it is I like. He knows what it is to already have set out for me. I don't necessarily have to dig very much. I trust that he's already got it out where I can get to it. And there's a few that I found really neat and I couldn't leave behind. Because A, I'm a huge Beatles fan, which means by extension I'm a huge John Lennon fan, obviously. And what was really cool about these pieces, they all have the original sleeves, which for a 45 My God, that's rare. Very simple. Do you ever go 45 shopping? Ever. And have any of them have the original sleeves. But all three of these do. Just like Starting Over. Kiss, Kiss, Kiss on the B-side. Watching the Wheels. One of my favorite John Lennon songs, period, actually. Watching the Wheels. Yes, I'm Your Angel on the B-side. And got Woman. And Beautiful Boys on the flip side. I had to have those, if nothing else, just because they've got the sleeves, man. They're all intact, and it's awesome. I don't know how often I listen to any of them, but I'm not usually a 45 guy. Got a few more 10 inches. Doris Day and Harry James. Some Duke Ellington in the mixture. A little more 10-inch Duke Ellington. And who the hell doesn't like Duke Ellington, right? Louis Armstrong. Could ask the same thing about him, really. I mean, who doesn't like Louis Armstrong? Okay, the next one I've never even heard of. Ever. But Peter Sellers and Ringo Starr, The Magic Christian. Apparently it's a soundtrack of some sort. As a Beatles fan, it's amazing, I guess, that I hadn't heard of it. Maybe I've heard something off of it. But I don't know. Anything Beatles related at Noble Records will just sit aside for me. And he knows it's a pretty good shot. If I don't have it, I'll probably be interested. I'm a sucker. And again, at least it's not, my 5th copy of the White Album or something. I don't have it. So in the trade, at Noble Records was hoping to score a really good copy of Adam Heart Mother, a really good playable copy, which I traded him a Japanese pressing / OBI. This is going to sound weird, a / OBI, but with inserts, near mint wax, everything. The only thing wrong with it, in my opinion, was it was a Japanese pressing sans OBI. And for me, that makes it feel like an incomplete pressing. So, I love the sound. It's got that Japanese sound. You can't deny that. It sounds perfect. But didn't have that. So he wanted that, and I was like, you know what? I'll tell you what. For a good trade up, for a good fair price, I'll throw this in, and you give me whatever copy of Adam Heart Mother you have until I can find my perfect audiophile pressing of Adam Heart Mother that I want in my collection. So that's that. It'll hold me until Ramsey Lewis, Sun Goddess. That's an awesome record, guys. It sold tons back in the day. It's a really killer record. I haven't heard it in years. I'm excited to throw it on the table. It'll be the first time I've ever heard it on wax. It's still got the hype sticker and in shrink wrap. So I'm very excited. There's one I've never heard of before, but yeah, he really sold me on it. And usually his recommendations are pretty awesome. And to be honest with you, I like folk, I like blues. I'm automatically, if you can tell me you've got a killer, like traditional style blues record, I'm automatically digging it. So it's a mean old world to try to live in by Reverend Pearlie Brown. Never seen this record in my life, never heard of Reverend Pearlie Brown. And I'm taking a lot more chances with my record collection these days, because once you get up to 26, 27, 2,800 pieces, you start taking some shots. You start really discovering some things. I'm proud to say I've discovered more tunes I've never heard of in the last year or two than I had in every year ever since I collected. B.B. King in London, because who doesn't want to listen to the King play live? Who doesn't want to listen to B.B. King live? I can't wait to throw it on the table. I know it's going to sound killer. All right, here we're getting into some of my pieces that when I arrived today, I knew that I just couldn't live without. I couldn't leave without, not live without, obviously. Midnight Special, the incredible Jimmy Smith. Blue Note. Man, I got a thing for my Blue Notes. Kenny Burrell plays guitar on this, guys. Donald Bailey's on it. Stanley Turrentine. Man, and Jimmy Smith, in my opinion, very, 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 very underappreciated jazz man. Very excited, very stoked to have it. Can't wait to throw it on the table. Boss Horn, Blue Mitchell, Blue Note once again. Never heard this on wax, ever. I've only ever heard a couple of cuts off of it, period. But I know it's Blue Note, and I know I'm excited. And that's really all I need to know, especially when it comes to jazz. Blue Note, Prestige, Impulse. You can't go any wrong. No, there are no scrubs, playing on these labels. It's not like, you sports, you have your championship winning team. That championship winning team's got a bum sitting at the end of that bench making a crazy paycheck. Not Blue Note. Everybody on there was bringing the fire. All right, my boy Lou Donaldson. Alligator Boogaloo, original Blue Note. I love Lou Donaldson. Everything Lou Donaldson, I love it. And that theme of Lou, Say It Loud. Again, original Blue Note. More Sweet Lou, Midnight Creeper. Very, very, very excited to add these 3 Lou Donaldsons to my collection. To one of my 2 or 3 favorite jazz pianists. Absolutely, period. McCoy Tyner. Extensions. Thrilled. Again, I love McCoy Tyner. I absolutely love him. It's a relaxing evening when I can just sit back, nice glass of scotch, throw some McCoy on the turntable, and it's a good day for me. The Horace Silver Quintet, Serenade to a Soul Sister. Very excited. Very excited to add this to collection. Oh man, gotta love the side of that. I mean, isn't that just one of the most beautiful things in record collecting? That good old original Blue Note label. I mean, who the hell doesn't love that? If you don't, you damn well should. Okay, now we're down to the final prize pieces that I acquired today that I felt like I couldn't leave without. And obviously some of those Blue Notes are in it for me, being the big jazz guy I am. Francois Hardy, Alone, English language album. Most people probably know her for her self-titled in her country, in France, and not in America. They renamed it. Debut album, which is killer. It's phenomenal. I love it. If you've heard it, I'm sure you love it. It's wonderful. You don't know what in the world she's saying, but you love it. This is an English language album. Very rare. You don't stumble upon this every day. But I'm going to be stumbling on it at my turntable this weekend. That much I know that. I'm thrilled to have it. It'll be the second Francois Hardy album in my collection. And I hope to just keep adding even more. She's phenomenal. I love her. If you've never heard of her, it's possible. It's very possible that you haven't. If you've never heard of Francois Hardy before, look her up. I promise you won't be disappointed. Kathy Smith, 2. Title in and of itself should be obvious. She's killer. I don't really know what else to say. It's very kind of like folky, kind of like a country-ish kind of sound. Some of my more fanatical collectors, some of you guys have definitely probably heard of her. But I guarantee you most of you have probably never seen this record out in the wild. This is a very valuable, very popular piece. Excuse me, not popular. Very valuable, very desirable piece. And the wax on this bad boy, near mint. Oh, geez, I can't wait to throw this on. I'd love to do it right now, but after 11 o'clock East Coast time, 16-month-old daughter asleep right across the way. Probably not a great idea. Why you don't hear any tunes in the man cave at Tunes from the Man Cave. See what I did there? You like that, don't you? All right. Duke Ellington and John Coltrane. This one's been reissued plenty of times over. I've had plenty of opportunities throughout the day to buy it. I've almost have several times, especially with the audiophiles. Me being a big audiophile guy, but something just told me to kind of hang in there for a little longer. Maybe I'd stumble upon a really good original in great shape. And today was that day. I did today. Notice, it's a Phillips label and not an Impulse label. Even though this is on the Impulse label. But it's a Phillips label. And obviously you would ask why. Well, because this is an original Holland pressing. It's not a U.S. pressing, it's a Holland pressing. And therefore separates it with a difference in the label with the Phillips label. I'm stoked. I can't wait to throw this on. I've wanted this album for years. I've never heard of Holland pressing before. Any of you guys who have, feel free to please give me your experiences or whatever in the comments. I'd be interested to hear about your experiences with Holland pressings. All right. For the big boy, holy crap, makes it worth the whole drive just to grab this one record moment. Here we go. John Lee Hooker plays and sings the blues. Guys, this record, it's from somewhere between 1959 and 1961. I can't remember. But it's not like reissued. You don't see a reissue pop up every year. It's on chess. And guys, that wax is phenomenal. This thing looks like it was released last year. I can't even believe it. It looks phenomenal. I have no doubt that it sounds phenomenal. I can't wait to throw it on, guys. Do yourself a favor. If you want to know why this is so significant, if you don't know other than the John Lee Hooker's awesome, look this up on Discogs or eBay when you get off, or you get through checking this video. Look this up on Discogs, eBay, wherever it is you go to buy your records. John Lee Hooker plays and sings the blues, original on chess. Look that up. Get a little bit of an idea as to why this is such a monumental, holy crap find for me. Man, I tell you, I got goosebumps. I can't wait to listen to all this wax. To my boy at Noble Records, if you're watching this, I'm sure you probably will. I hope you enjoy everything that you got from me in the trade today. Thank you again for another monumental deal. To all you guys watching this video, to those of you who have subscribed and who are, checking the first few videos or whatever, if you got any input, please keep it coming. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I look forward to bringing you guys more quality videos, hopefully more frequently. Until then, till the next time, the segment's called Tunes in a Brew. Hate to disappoint you guys. So there's that. And until the next time, till the next video, keep dropping the needle, guys. Peace.